Hi, Simply Sarah here, Made Easy. I have something really neat to show you today. So you just got your new Cricut Extra and you don't know where to start. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so this is Cricut's newest machine. I love it. It is the neatest little thing. So this is a machine for somebody who is looking for a more compact size, but also wants full functionality as far as being able to make stickers for print then cut. It can write, it can cut vinyl, it can cut cardstock. It's just an amazing machine. So let's go ahead and get started. When you unbox, this is what you will have, okay? So you have your machine, obviously. This is a pen for writing. We'll get into more of that later. There's all kinds of neat stuff you can do with writing. This is something new that has not come with prior machines. This is a weeding tool. So take that off. And that is how you'll weed the vinyl. And that's really, really nice that they included a nice little weeding tool. And that's a good one too. Okay, so this is your power. We're gonna take this. One thing I will say now so that you understand why there is no other cords. This machine is Bluetooth only. So you will not connect this with a USB cord. It will only be connected via Bluetooth. So there's that. And now I'll go ahead and I'll plug this in. And the back of the machine, let's get this out of the way. Take this blue tape off. See that inside? Let's get rid of that. Pull that out. That right there in the bottom of the back is where your plug goes. Oh, and it's coming to life. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we will open it up. We'll get this out of here. I should have taken all the packaging out first. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unplug it. And just so you know, there is no on-off on this. So anytime you need to turn it on or off, just the plug is all you need. So you saw that red light on top. That was most likely because I left the packaging inside before I turned it on and it couldn't move. So make sure you take that packaging out prior to plugging it in. You only have 3 sets of packaging, the two on the back and this. So now that's all open, ready to go. So now let's talk about what is inside of here, okay? So inside of here, you have a couple of things. You have some brochures that you'll want to hold on to. And then you have materials, okay? So this, the top one, this is probably, yeah, so this is removable smart vinyl, which is nice because, so the smart materials can be cut matless. You will not need a mat to cut the smart materials. The Joy Xtra does not come with a mat in the box. You can buy mats on Amazon or Cricut.com or, any of the major craft stores, Michael's, Joann's, all of those. You can buy mats. And then what mats will give you the ability to do is several things. You'll have the ability to cut other non-smart material vinyl. You'll have the ability to cut cardstock. Mats will be used for writing projects. You can write on here with the smart materials, but like for cardstock, things like that, you'll need mats. And mats are inexpensive. So you can pick those up right at, like I said, right at any of the craft stores. So, okay, let's see what else is in here. And we have this is Smart vinyl removable. Which was this one? Okay, so these are both the same thing. Which is nice. Black is probably your most used color, and then white. This is a writable permanent, so this is a smart label. So this is like what you can write on material. You can write on this and then put that right on, like, you know, spice jars or whatever. So that's nice. You can use the pen with that. This is HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl, also known as iron-on. Shiny side is the, so this is actually the side that you cut is the dull side, but this, once you're done, will be the top side. So that's HTV or iron-on. And then this is transfer tape. So the transfer tape, after you cut, so you put this in your machine and you cut it, and then you weed away the cutaway with this. So I'll show you in a minute. We're going to get to that. And then the transfer tape is what you use to move your vinyl, your design to your, you know, to your wherever you're putting it on. So we'll get to all of that in a second. So they provide you with everything you need to get started, which is super nice. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to my laptop and we're going to go to Cricut Design Space and we're going to get this set up and get it connected to Design Space. Okay, so we are on my laptop and you can see that I am at Cricut.com. So this is where you're going to download the software for Design Space, which is the program that you can design in, as well as it's the program that directs your machine on what to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to go right here to Apps, okay? And then you're going to download Cricut Design Space. Now, I, of course, already have Design Space on my system, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to open Design Space. So this is Design Space, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the hamburger menu. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to go to new product setup right here. So I'm going to set up a smart cutting machine and going to set up the new Cricut Joy Xtra. Okay, and I'm going to move forward. I've already done all of this. So I need to pair my computer with Bluetooth, or I'm sorry, I need to pair the Bluetooth with the Cricut Joy. So let's go to Bluetooth, settings, and other devices. And I'm going to add a device. I'm going to add a Bluetooth device, and it is on. So now we just have to wait for it to recognize for it to find it. You know, if it doesn't find it in a second, you do have to be in advanced. So give me just 1 second if it doesn't find it. Okay, so let me try going down here. Okay, right here. So on default, you want to click that to advanced. Okay, so if you're in your Bluetooth settings and it's not pulling up your machine, that's why. You need to change this right here where it says Bluetooth device discovery, change it to advanced, and now it'll recognize the new machine. Okay, so now I'm going to click add device, Bluetooth, and now there it is. Okay, so now I'm going to click my Joy Xtra, and it's going to connect to it. Okay, so now we're connected. So now I'm going to click done, and I can exit out of there. So we are connected. I can click Bluetooth. Just give it a second to find itself, and then click continue. I do agree, activate, and we're ready. So now we're all ready to cut. Okay, so it's rebooting the machine. It's probably updating, I don't know, firmware, something like that. It's getting everything all set to go. This may take a minute or two. So I'm going to pause our recording and I will be right back. Okay, so that is all complete now. So now I'm going to go to next. And if you want to subscribe to Access, this is where you would do that. Access will give you, it's a monthly subscription, and it'll give you access to almost all of Cricut's fonts and designs. There is some licensed stuff that you would still have to pay for, but the vast majority of it is included. So that's definitely something to look at, and that's right here. I'm going to go to Maybe Later. And I'm going to go to Next. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the machine and we're just going to confirm that our blade is all set up and that the clamp is closed. We'll go back over there in a minute, but when we go to cut, I'll show you that. So, and then both hands to insert smart vinyl. Okay, so this is going to walk me through a test cut. I don't need to do that because obviously I already know what I'm doing and I want to show you an actual product outside of the test cut. If you want to follow through and go through the test cut, by all means, go step by step through this. It's a good way of getting, your hands on the machine. I don't need to do that, so I'm going to X out of that. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's going to make me. Both hands. Okay, so we are going to, I guess I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through the test cut because it looks like it's going to have us do that. So that's fine. So let's go back over to the machine now and let's get that going. Okay, so we are back at the Xtra, the Joy Xtra. You can see that the light is flashing. That means up on top, that means that it's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, so this is what it was telling you to do to check this. That's how you open your clamp. That's your blade inside. So I pushed that down to see that. Be careful because that once you push that down, you can pull that out of there, and that is a sharp blade. So drop that back down in there, close the clamp, and now I'm going to load this in. And you can see that it loads right in. And now it's just going to do, I assume it's going to do the test cut now. But we will see together. Oh, okay, so it looks like it's just going to load the vinyl. So let's go back over to my laptop and see what's next. Okay, so now it just wants me to press go. So I'm going to press go, and then we are going to go back over to the machine, and we're going to watch it cut. Okay. So here we go. So now it's going to do the test cut. And then once it's done with the test cut, I'll quickly show you how to read the test cut. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now let's go back over to the laptop. It's probably going to tell me to eject at this point. Okay, so now the vinyl has unloaded. Now we can take it right out of there. And you can see it cut Cricut. So that's neat. Okay, so what we're going to do is, so we don't waste any vinyl, we're going to cut this out. Now there's one of two ways that you could use this because of how it cut. So we could either weed out, we could take this outside box off and then weed out the letters, and then it would leave us with like a decal with the letters cut out, or we could take away all of it and just leave the letters behind. So what I'm gonna do, go ahead and take you right here. And I am going to, so we're going to take our weeding pen. I'm going to do it, I think that the way that they intend this one to be is I think they intend it to be that you are leaving the box behind. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. Take that to get it started. Okay. And this is called weeding. So weeding is removing the excess vinyl. So you have now cut, and now I'm removing the cutaway. That is what weeding is called. That is what is called weeding, rather. Okay, so now, see if you can see this. Now I'm going to take that C out of there. Okay, and I'm going to take the R out of there. There's a name for the top of an I. I can't remember what it is, but there is a name for that. Take that out. That out. That out. And this last there. Okay, so that's it. There is, you have now made your first Cricut decal, okay? So now, if we were going to use this, like say I wanted to put this right here on my machine, which would be super cute, what you would do is, let's actually go ahead and do that, okay? So we need, I don't want to be wasteful, so we need about this much transfer tape. About that much. These letters off my finger. So I'm going to cut out my transfer tape. And then take your transfer tape off of, it's on a liner. Okay, so we're going to take that off of the liner. Save the liner because you can usually use this more than once. Okay, and then I'm going to put that transfer tape right down on there, and I'm going to smooth it out. And now what you're going to do is you're going to use this, the transfer tape, to peel. Sometimes you have to give it a little nudge, but you're going to peel this. There we go. I should have burnished that down just a little bit more. And you're going to peel the whole vinyl decal up. Yeah, I'm going to try burnishing that just a little bit more because it's not quite enough. And that's okay. There we go, light the whole thing up. And so now your vinyl is on your transfer tape, right? And now, so right in the middle, about right there, and there we go. And then you're gonna put that down like that. It's nice and burnished. Don't push down too hard on this because you don't want to break this drawer. And then peel away your transfer tape. If you get a little bubble in there, that's okay. I got something down underneath there. I should have cleaned this off before doing that. But I just wanted to show you just real quick how you transfer. So now let's do an actual project where we put something that we want on something else. Let's go back over to my laptop. Okay, so now that we are done with the test cut, now let's go ahead and make our project. Okay, so...
Great job setting up your new machine. Now it's time for the
So if you want to watch this, you can watch this. We don't need to watch this. So I'm going to close out of that. And now this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to first go up here to the upper right. I'm going to click on New Project. So now we are on our workspace. So what we're going to want to do first is, there's a couple of different ways we can do this. We want to write out hello. That's what I'm going to be putting on the vase that we're making. So I can type it out in text if I want in any font that, is either on my system or is in Cricut Design Spaces Cloud, or we can go to images, which is what we're going to do here, just to make it a little bit more simple. And see, I already typed in hello. So type in hello. It's going to bring up all of the images. I have free selected. I'm going to grab this one right here. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to click add to canvas. Okay. And I know I want this to be maybe 4.2 inches high. So you're going to go right here to your size with this selected. You can see the box around it. That means it's selected. And then this little lock box right here, if you click that, that'll unlock. If you click it again, it'll lock again. If it is unlocked, you can do these. You can handle the width and height independently. If it is locked, it'll keep it in proportion. So we want it locked. And I'm going to do 4.15 actually. And that's how we want it. I'm going to click make it. We're going to be doing it without a mat. Okay, and I'm going to turn this just so that we can utilize the smart vinyl that we were just using. Same sheet. And I'm going to click continue. And now it's going to connect to the Joy Xtra. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to select my material. So in this case, we're using the Smart Vinyl Removable, which is right here. If you were using a different material, you would click on Browse All Materials, and there's tons of materials to choose from. Okay, tons and tons and tons. So I'm going to click off of this, and we're going to click Smart Vinyl Removable. And okay, so we're all set. Let's go over to the machine. We'll get that vinyl loaded, get it cut, weeded, and transferred. Okay, so you can see on top that light is flashing. Again, that means that we're ready to go. We're going to turn the smart vinyl around the other way. Okay, and now it's going to get to work. So because this is Bluetooth only, I did have to go back over to my laptop and just click go because there's no buttons on them. It's not because it's Bluetooth only, excuse me. It's because there's no buttons on the machine itself. So you handle all of that right on your hardware, right on your laptop or your phone or whatever you're directing Design Space with. There we go. Quick and easy. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back over my laptop. And I had to click unload. I should have kept my laptop over here with the Joy. So there we go. It's all cut out. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to weed that. Let's go ahead and let's move that and give us just a little bit of space. And again, we'll cut this so we don't waste any vinyl. And we'll get out our little weeding tool. Now what I like to do, I like to weed the insides of the letters first. I'm really, really liking this little weeding tool. This is nice. That little tiny piece. once you have that weighted, you can remove the vinyl around the outside. Pick that up right at the corner. And go ahead and remove that. You have to be careful when you're pulling away your vinyl with periods at the end or the tops of eyes. Sometimes that can, it's not such a problem when you're using the smart vinyl because it is a perfect cut depth with the smart vinyl. But when you're using other types of vinyl sometimes, or even when it's just smaller text, you can lose those when you're weeding. So you gotta be careful with that. Is this piece that we used before big enough? Oh, it is. Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do, get all this vinyl off of my fingers. Just 1 second. Okay, and then we're gonna take our transfer tape and we're gonna do the same thing again. And we're gonna burnish it. Make sure we get it down real hard. Oh, and you know what else? So on the first one, when I couldn't figure out on the test cut, when I couldn't figure out I was like, what did I not clean this off and get on? There's a little tiny bump on the, that's what it was. It was these little bumps underneath there. So, but you do want to clean off your, whatever you're putting it on first. So, burnish, burnish, burnish. And now... Okay. And sometimes it makes better sense to peel... See how I'm peeling this away instead of peeling the transfer tape away? That just makes it a little easier. You're going to want to make sure you get that period left behind. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There we go. Okay, and then we are putting it on today, this vase. Okay, very careful. Okay, and so there's two trains of thought when it comes to putting, like when you're putting on a cup or on something like this. Some people put the text moving up. Some people put it moving down. On this one, I'm going to go bottom to top, okay? So you're going to carefully put that down on there. And when you're working with a curved surface like this, see how this is tapered? The best way to do it is to start in the middle and move out, okay? And this one's going to be a little bit funky because it is very tapered. If I wanted to, I could come in and I could cut that transfer tape, and that would help, okay? And if we need to over here, we will, but I don't think we're going to need to. No, we don't need to. Okay, so burnish that down. And now we can peel away our transfer tape. And there we go. Oh, I love it. That is so pretty. That is so, so pretty. And that is it. That is all there is to using your new Cricut. Well, that's not all there is. There's a lot. There's a lot of fun stuff you're going to be able to do, but that's how simple it is. So that is the essentials of using self-adhesive. This is a removable self-adhesive vinyl. As we move forward, we'll get into using cutting on the mat so that you're not always using smart materials, and cutting cardstock. And we are going to use the pens. So this is just a basic black pen, but there are so many pens for the Cricut Joy, for all of the Cricut machines. There's glitter, and there's infusible ink, and there's all these metallics and markers and watercolor. And there's just a massive amount that you can do with the pens. There's an opaque pen that you can write on dark colors with, and I love that one. But there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to do an entire series just dedicated to the Cricut Joy Xtra. So if you subscribe to my channel, you'll get notification when the new videos come out. If this video was helpful to you, like the video. That helps me out a lot. But also, like I said, subscribe to my channel and you'll get the notification when the new videos come out. One other thing real quick that I want to say, I'm going to link in the video description our Facebook group. We have a ton of Cricut groups. I'm going to link Cricut for Beginners. Actually, I'll link two. I'll link Cricut for Beginners and I'll link Cricut Joy for Beginners. Okay, so Cricut for Beginners is about 760,000 members. Super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. Cricut Joy for Beginners, it's a smaller group. It's about 40,000 members, but again, super friendly, super helpful. And that group is dedicated just to the Joy and the Joy Xtra machines. So you might get more targeted help in that group, but you'll get a ton of help in either group. So join one, join both. Either way, we'd love to have you. So I mean, that's all. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions at all, ask in the video below or ask in the group. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.